Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. We're going to dive right in because today we're deconstructing a remarkably brief yet profoundly powerful blueprint for mental well-being. We're calling it the architecture of optimism. And honestly, for those of us who love incredibly efficient, focused learning, this is just going to be super rewarding. Within just a handful of carefully chosen words lies a complete structural formula for totally changing how we experience the world. So let's break down this architecture piece by piece.
Okay, so here is the exact source text we're working with today. Practice positive thinking. Positive self-talk and perspective lead to positive emotions. And that's it. That is the entirety of our excerpt. But please, do not let its brevity fool you here. This isn't just some catchy bumper sticker you'd see in traffic. It is actually a highly dense, step-by-step formula. Literally every single word here serves a very specific structural purpose, as we're about to see.
All right, Section 1, Blueprint of Optimism.
Well, when we define the word architecture in this context, we're talking about the carefully designed structure of something, right? And applying this term directly to optimism, that fundamentally shifts our entire understanding of what optimism actually is. It frames optimism not as some random genetic accident or, a lucky mood you just happen to wake up with on a good day. Instead, it's a conscious, deliberate build. It turns optimism into a tangible structure that we are actively responsible for designing and erecting right from the ground up. You are the architect of your own mindset.
Let's move right along to Section 2, Practicing Positive Self-Talk.
Now, what's really interesting here is isolating this single, absolutely crucial word from our source text, practice. This proves that optimism is absolutely not a passive state of being. No way. It requires active, repeated, daily effort. Think of it kind of like laying bricks for a foundation. You don't just put one single brick down and declare the whole building finished, right? You have to practice it continuously, placing one deliberate thought on top of another, just so the structure can actually hold weight.
So you might be wondering, what exactly are we practicing? Well, we have three essential building materials pulled straight from the text: positive thinking, positive self-talk, and perspective. These are the actual, tangible tools we have to use to frame our daily experiences. Think of positive thinking as your overarching blueprint. Then, positive self-talk is your internal dialogue. That's basically the hammer and nails securing your daily thoughts in place. And perspective? That's the vantage point from which you view the entire construction site. You need all three of these materials working in perfect harmony to build the structure.
Which brings us to Section 3, Constructing Positive Emotions. This is great because it brilliantly illustrates the exact causal chain provided by the text. Step 1 is to practice positive self-talk. Step 2 is to shift perspective. And Step 3 is the result, positive emotions. This proves, for sure, that optimism is a strictly sequential process. It's a formula. Actions A and B inevitably construct result C. You can't just skip straight to the end, You literally must follow the blueprint.
And the real kicker, the crucial point, is right here in this phrase, lead to. Positive self-talk and perspective lead to positive emotions. Positive emotions are not the starting point. You don't wait to magically feel good before you start speaking to yourself positively. Actually, positive emotions are the sturdy roof that sits atop the foundation of your deliberate, practiced self-talk. The emotions are simply the reward for doing all that heavy architectural work.
Which brings us to our ultimate takeaway for this explainer. Since you are the architect of your own optimism, I really want you to consider your daily practice. What kind of mindset are your words building today? Because every single piece of internal dialogue is either adding to the structural integrity of your optimism or it's tearing it down. Something to think about as you go about your day.